comments. She's like, one of the biggest things that first started, she said she would mop and that instantly it smelled like blood. Hi guys, and welcome back to another video on this channel of mine. So let me start off by saying this, y'all. If y'all hear any background noise, any screaming or anything, I will try my best to edit it out. However, my neighbors are being a little annoying today, and they're letting their little badass kids, you know, run around and scream like little shitheads. So I was not about to waste this makeup look. Okay, makeup came out bomb today, so disregard the noise. Other than that, sit down, grab your coffee. I have my morning coffee, and come settle down and let's get into the story time. Okay guys, so this story time is gonna be the time where, actually before I even start, should I say hi? If you guys haven't seen my face before, go ahead and like and subscribe for your girl. My name is Lina and I post videos once every week. Sometimes I post two. So now let's jump into the story time, y'all. So this story time is gonna be when I lived in a haunted apartment. So this apartment was, let me start off by saying it was in the hood, okay? If y'all are from the Inland Empire, y'all are gonna know this city. Okay, this is where I was born. However, I don't claim it because it's a little ghetto, sweetheart.
I'm in the ghetto. Ra-ta-ta-ta.
So I claim Old Town, okay? I claim Ontario. But okay, y'all, so this story is gonna take place in Pomona, okay? So if y'all know, y'all know. Now this is when I was a kid. I think I was like 3 or 4, and my dad worked a lot. So my mom obviously didn't work at the time. She was on maternity leave, and I mean, all she had in the house was just me. So she said that weird things started happening, that when they first moved into this little apartment, that it was fine, you know, there was no, at first, you know, there was no weird noises, like they didn't see anything weird. Now she said slowly by slowly it started, like little signs. She's like, one of the biggest things that first started, she said she would mop and that instantly it smelled like blood. She's like, she would tell me, like, I didn't know what it was. She's like, I thought I left some meat outside or something, or I don't know what. She's like, and I would wash over and it just smelled, the house smelled like blood, the floors, it smelled like blood. And I'm like, okay, that's okay, we got the floor smelling like blood now. So she's like, one of the next things, she's like, I started hearing things. She's like, yeah, you know, I would take, you know, my little nap. She's like, you would be right there next to me, and I swear I would hear heels. Like, she's like, I would hear heels, like just walking. She's like, I didn't know. And she did mention that there's like a church a little bit down the street. She's like, oh, I would think, you know, people are coming from church. She's like, I would look in the blinds and there's no one walking by. So that was sign number 2. Now, the third thing is something I remember that I can testify to it. And the fourth thing, y'all are gonna be like, girl, y'all are gonna get creeped out. So the third major thing is that my toys would go off. And y'all, this is in the 90s. So I'm about to put some toys on the screen somewhere around here where you guys are gonna be like, oh, I remember having that. So the toys that would play with themselves, and I was so spoiled as a kid, y'all. Like, I used to be like, oh, you know, can I have that toy, can I have that toy? Yeah, mija, you know, you go ahead, you know, what toys you want. Like, Toys R Us was my shit.
It's the world's biggest toy, so let's go!
But yeah, I had a lot of toys, and the toys that would come on were I remember the what was it? Rockasockum? Papasockum? I don't know. I'm gonna put it somewhere here. It's like the ones where like they're inflatable, you put them on your arms and you like, it's like, I don't know. It's like those things. Well, when you punch someone, it does like a pow sound, or it does like it does a sound. I remember that back in the day. It does a sound. So she said those would go off. She said there is a thing, and I totally remember this, and I'll try to see if I can find it. I don't know if you guys remember that. It's like this inflatable thing that you can punch. I mean, in the bottom it's like weighted with sand, and they have like, it has like a face of a guy. You punch it and it like kind of almost leans over, like it's gonna fall over, but then it like swings back at you. I don't know, some weird toy. I remember that one, and I remember that one, I used to hear it there was this little ball that it was green with pink little spikes, almost looks like a soccer ball. And I think, like, I don't know if it's like a hot potato toy or what it is, but it vibrates and you have to hurry up and, like, I think pass it to someone, and then when it stops vibrating, that's like the hot potato or something. I don't know, I'll go ahead and again I'll put it somewhere on the screen. But I remember that would always go off. It would always start vibrating and stuff. I only remember the toys. I remember like those 3 toys, and that was it. Now my dad said that he got me the robots, the little robots. It's like the red robot and the little blue robot, and they're like punching like that, and you have to like play with them like in the little ring. And my dad told me, he's like, yeah, those things would go off like if someone was like playing with them. So I'm like, okay, that is just weird. Like the other toys, like you're like, okay, they have a switch, but those little freaking robots, you need 2 people to fucking I don't know, that shit gave me chills. It gives me chills right now, y'all. That gives me chills right the fuck now. Another thing that I didn't even know, that I was like, I don't even know how the heck they live there. I think they lived there for a year at least. But my mom said is that she would be sleeping. She would be having me sleeping with her because, you know, she was scared and all that. And I mean, me as a kid, I don't think, I mean, when I asked her, like, you know, did I get scared? She was like, no, you were just like, whatever. Which just sounds like me, y'all. I am so freaking unbothered to this day. I am so unbothered by shit that I'm like, yeah, that sounds like me as a kid. But anyway, so she said that she'd be sleeping. It'd be like around midnight, towards the morning, you know. And she said that the TV would just blast, that it would just be super loud, wake her up, and then shut off. She would say that she would hear the radio just be so loud and then shut off. And at that point in time, I'm just like, like that TV stuff, y'all. I have had that happen to me in the childhood home that I lived in, which I will also do another story time on that one. I've had that happen, you guys, where the TV turns on and turns off, or like it has that static, and that is the creepiest thing. The static thing, oh my god, when they play the static thing, you're just like, oh hell no. And I mean, I asked her, you know, hey, did you unplug it? And she's like, girl, I had a belly. Like, no, I did not unplug it. Like, I'm not about to, you know, squash my child just to unplug it. Which I'm like, you could have just asked me, but whatever. So she said like that would happen a lot, that if the TV and the radio would just go on, and fuck that, y'all. Fuck that. I will be out of that house. Yeah. So she's over here like saying that she had to deal with all of that. Now here is the 4th thing, you guys. And if you're wondering, oh, but what about your dad? Was he triggered? My dad would hear stuff. He wouldn't really see stuff. That was more of my mom, but he would hear stuff. And I mean, my dad's like me. We're both fucking unbothered. So my dad was like, yeah, but I mean, I live there, you know, I'm not gonna just move because someone's fucking haunting me. I don't know. But my mom was like, yeah, not only that, she's like, you would talk to it. And that's when I'm like, girl, I mean, like, I would what? She's like, yeah, you would talk to the ghost. I'm just like, girl, what kind of childhood did I have? Because no, but aside from all jokes, you guys, like, she said that this one time I said something, and she said that it freaked her the fuck out. She said that I was, you know, playing in the front yard, and that I was like, and I'm not one of those kids that has like an imaginary friend. I've never been one of those kids. If you had an imaginary friend, cool, but I never did. I had my little dollies, and there you go. I had my little dollies, my little Barbies. There you go. I was my own entertainment as a kid until my sister was born, and then that was my little road dog. But other than that, I always entertained myself. So she's like, you never had an imaginary friend. So she's like, one day you were, you know, running around laughing and all that. She's like, and then you come up to me and you say, mommy, this little boy wants to play with me. And that my mom said, oh, okay, well, like, is it a neighbor? Like, you know, who is it? Is it a neighbor? Who is it? And that I tell her, oh, it's this little boy that's around here. He lives here, and he just jumped into there. And my mom's looking and seemed like, where the hell is this kid pointing at? Y'all, I was pointing at the fucking ground. At the ground.
Oh, hell no!
I can't. If my kid, oh, I just got more chills. If my kid told me my little buddy, my little friend that I've been playing with just went into the ground, I would be like, okay, we're getting holy water, we blessing this place, we're putting some sage, we're putting salt, we doing everything, because fuck that. So she's like, she would tell me like that I would tell her, oh, you know, this little boy wants to play with me. It's a little boy. Oh, how old is he? I don't know, but he's little. And that I would say shit like, oh, he went into the ground again, he's hiding in there. Or, oh, you know, he's hiding in the bushes, like he's hiding, he's inside the bushes. So y'all, I don't know what that was about. I don't know if this kid, like, if the body was there, and I'll get to that, y'all. I will get to that. So I don't know what that was about. Those are the things that would happen. And my mom said, like, she was like, girl, I would invite your tia over to come and protect us. And I was laughing at that, because my tia, she crazy. And I guess like my tia was like, hey, like I guess they turned the TV on one time when she was sleeping. It was like me, my tia, and my mom in the bed. They turned the TV on, and that my tia was like, hey, like, y'all can't be doing that, fucking ghosts, leave my cousin alone, blah blah blah.
Show yourself!
No, Ray, don't do that. Don't.
Y'all, it was like that one movie, haunted house or something like that. So I'm like, okay, you might want to not do that. As a kid, you know what, I don't remember playing with someone. I don't remember any of that, hearing stuff, seeing weird stuff. Because another thing, my mom, obviously, you know, the typical, oh, I would see like shadows on the blinds, like on the windows, like I would see like shadows, typical. But me as a kid, I mean, I was never, I don't know, I don't remember much. I was never bugged by anything. I remember the toys going off, but apparently it was like my little friend, so I don't know, you guys. And I mean, obviously you hear stuff like, oh, you know, kids are sensitive to spirits and they're sensitive to seeing stuff and all of that. I mean, now from what I know, it was like probably like a poltergeist ghost. It's like those ghosts that like to like fuck around with you, to like give me attention. I feel like after that experience, and I feel like after living in my childhood home that was so fucking haunted. Now that one was crazy. That one, we experienced it, it's very different. Experiencing it as a kid and experiencing it as a, I don't know, I guess a teen, completely different, you guys. And now I can watch like all of that stuff. Now I can watch just Ghost Adventures. I can see like all paranormal stuff and like scary movies and just be like, yeah, like that shit's freaking real. It doesn't bug me now. I mean, I don't have any other paranormal stories other than those two places that I lived in. Other than that, I've never had anything like following me. I've never had anything. Pretty sure that little boy stayed in that house. Now, if you guys want to know, okay, girl, but what happened? You mentioned something about a body. Okay, let me get to that. From what I know, because I did ask my mom, like, hey, did you ever find anything? I personally tried looking up the address, trying to find anything, just because, you know, sometimes after a while, they'll be like, oh, this house is haunted, or this is what happened, or something. Now, I didn't find anything, and from what I know, the property manager was actually family. Like, she was like family with the people that lived there before. My mom told them like, hey, has something weird happened here? And that they said, oh, well, you know, there was like a little boy there that got murdered. Like, just like that. A little boy that got murdered, like nothing. And I'm like, well, no wonder the poor thing doesn't know that it's dead. And of course, I'm over here, let's play.
Let's be friends. Best friends.
Yeah, I don't know. I do not know. It's a weird situation that I'm just like, I'm really curious though, you guys, because I'm really curious. There's new people living there, obviously, and I'm like, are y'all experiencing shit, or like, did it stop with us? Is it because I was a kid? You know, like, what's good? But apparently that was the thing. Apparently someone was murdered in there who they don't know any other details other than, yes, there was a little boy murdered there. Now, one more thing, and I don't even know if this is relevant. I mean, if you guys have a little conspiracy theory, you know, if y'all have a little Shane Dawson moment, go ahead and let a girl know in the comments below. But this is another thing that my mom said, and I'm just like, maybe it was a deal gone wrong, maybe it was like a crossfire thing, I don't know. But she said when she first moved in there that she found a scale. Now, if y'all know what type of scale I'm talking about, then y'all know, okay? So she says she found a scale, and she's like, yeah, like I found a random scale, and I don't know what that was about, but there was a scale there. So I'm thinking in my head like, okay, they're doing shit that they weren't supposed to. Maybe something went wrong, you know, there's some crossfire, and maybe the poor kid got in the middle. I don't know. But anyways, y'all, that was a whole different thing. It's just one of those stories that you keep with you and you're like, that shit was freaking crazy. Like whenever I move, I'm always so like, I go into the house and I try to feel the vibe and be like, okay, is it haunted? Because after experiencing that, and after again like the other house, I am good, sis. We don't got no time. Like they say in the movies, look for the light, and there you go, good luck. But that is the story, you guys, of how I lived in a super haunted apartment and apparently was friends with a ghost. So I don't know, you guys, there is crazy paranormal stuff out there. Just be careful wherever the heck y'all move, because you know, once you get yourself into a financial situation where you cannot leave, oh, that is probably the worst freaking feeling ever. So be careful, y'all. Wherever you move, feel the vibe, kind of, you know, the instinct never lies. So that is it for the little haunted story time. Sorry I have no more details. It was a quick little story of just little things that I've lived through. So I will see you guys on my next video. Go ahead and again, like and subscribe for your girl if you aren't already subscribed to my channel, and I will have more videos for you guys for your quarantine and chill. Bye, you guys.